Panthers-Steelers game just wrapped up, and let's go ahead and listen into head coach Dave Canales right now in the post-game news conference.
Field goals and PATs, but it's certainly in the kickoff, and both guys have done a good job of getting the ball in the landing zone and creating some issues.
Dave, Jimmy Horn Jr., it looked like didn't get any reps in the first half.
Yeah.
Him up wrong. Was that more about trying to get other guys like Hunter and David reps? And I saw you Kobe Hudson, TJ Luther.
Yeah, we just kind of had to spread the workout and try to get evaluations of all the guys, and I was happy to see Jimmy get in there and make a couple of plays.
Dave, I know you're going to want to look at the film from tonight, but given what you saw in these 3 preseason games, what are your takeaways on where this team is at and what are going to be the points of emphasis as you trim the roster down and try to get ready for Jacksonville?
Yeah, the style of play is there. It's a physical brand of football. The places where we got to get better is the turnovers. It showed up every week, in different ways, and so that's something that I have to get that done. I have to take that personally responsible, to be able to take care of the ball the way we need to if we want to win the games that we want, that we're aiming to win. And so that's something that we have to look at. I thought we did a great job in the last 2 weeks of cleaning up some of the penalties, the line of scrimmage stuff, all that. There was great improvement there. Love where our systems are at. We're playing with a bunch of combinations of guys, but also just finishing drives. It just seemed like we got a bunch of drives going, throughout this preseason that kind of just ended, with turnovers or ended in different ways. Penalties kind of put us in some situations too. So just looking for that consistent execution across the board.
How did it feel for you calling plays tonight?
Great. I think the great part about Jack Plummer is a guy that I trust, and he allowed us to just be balanced and try to attack the Steelers in different ways. And so I think outside of that turnover, we have a long drive down into the red zone. He's got to do a better job, but for him to be able to finish that drive before the half, come away with a touchdown to James Mitchell, I thought was awesome.
You guys activated Tommy. Any update on Damien?
Tommy got out there, wanted to get him just some around the team, just get him running, kind of feeling the energy, getting him excited for the season. And Damien's just kind of like day to day. He's making huge strides. We're getting the strength back where we want it to be. I feel really confident Damien will be with us for the first game. But again, we have to get him back out there, expose him to more, physical play, and get him back to football to be able to make that decision.
Perkins made a couple mistakes, but how did he handle himself after a short week?
Who was that?
Perkins.
Yeah, just to be able to come out here and make plays, we had a call sheet for him, things that he was comfortable with, so we were able to get some of those done. He got out of trouble a couple of times, but they had some good rushes on us, on some of the pass downs, so it kind of made it a little bit harder there, but it was great to just see him out there throwing a couple of accurate balls in that last drive so we can end the game with the ball. So I was just really happy that he was able to come, that he was willing to do this and, really gave us an option. And I really wanted to honor the hard work and a guy just betting on himself, playing in the UFL, to give him an opportunity to see what he can do.
Dave, if I could just ask one more. What did you, second preseason is done as a head coach for you, what have you learned about the process of going through the preseason and just generally about, being a head coach in the NFL at this point?
Yeah, I just think it's the important of all of us pulling in the same direction, looking for the same type of energy on a daily basis. Camp can get long. Coaches got to go. We got to go for it. The players will follow our energy, and there was a good back and forth. And I'll be honest, just learning about this team and the leadership and the guys that are here, that really spearheaded the type of physical play that we're looking for. And I just learned the value of having strong leadership in the locker room, but then also having the buy-in of the entire building to kind of understand, like, here's what it's supposed to look like. Here's what we're pursuing every day to create the winning culture that we want to here.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Yep. Thank you.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.